This is David with appshatter.com. Today I'm here with Quibli. Quibli is a game for the iOS platform, and it's kind of like a side scroller and a jumper game combined. You'll see what I mean here in just a second. When you open the app, you've got a menu with a couple different options. You've got scores, which will show you your high score list, challenge, which allows you to basically just email people and challenge them to beat your scores, and settings down here at the bottom. The settings offer several options. You can change the color of your Quibli. You can display help at the startup when you start the game or not. You can show score markers. What this is the further you get through the game or whatever your high scores, it'll show markers, and if you make it past them, then you know that you've beaten that score. I'll show you that. That'll be more obvious here in a second. Resets top scores. If you'd like, you can reset your scores, and share scores online. You can turn that on or off. Also over here on the left, block placement. Basically the way this game kind of works is you place blocks underneath Quibli as it bounces and try to keep them from falling off the screen or hitting spikes. This will control where the block is placed in relation to your finger. So if you'd like it to be placed like right above where you put your fingers so you can still see, you can do that. Alright, so you've got two different variations. Both of them are basically the same, just with different images. So I'll just go ahead and select one here to start. So as you can see, Quibli starts bouncing, and basically I have to keep him going. And I failed pretty bad there, but it's a little more difficult to do this on camera. So as you can see, the basic idea is just to keep them going. As you can see, there's some scores at the bottom. Those are from my high score list. Obviously those were ones as I was not all that good right at the beginning. As you can see that bubble around me, what that bubble means is if you see the spikes on some of them, if I were to hit a spike while I have a bubble, then the spike wouldn't kill me. I lose my bubble then, but it's basically a shield that can shield you from one hit. It, however, does not shield you if you fall off the edge. So for example, I'll aim for a spike here when I see one. Oh, there we go. See that? Just like that. So there's a couple of other types of power-ups besides just the shield. There's a green little bubble and a red one. And when you hit a green or a red bubble, you'll either be turned big, where you bounce, where you don't bounce quite as high, or small, where you bounce higher. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. So if you get really used to him being just his normal size, it might be more to your advantage just to avoid the bubbles. But nonetheless, they do add to the gameplay. And they make it easier in certain situations. So there we go. So that's basic gameplay. As I mentioned earlier, we have the scores list. This keeps a list of all-time scores as well as your own best scores. which is nice. Go ahead and show you the other game mode. Basically the same thing, just different images, as I was saying. So if you want to change the name that shows up on your high score list, all you've got to do is just tap it from your in-game menu, type a new name, and then it's set. So basically, overall impressions of the game, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of addicting. The game is currently available in the iTunes App Store for 99 cents. I definitely recommend it, especially if you like games where you spend a lot of time just trying to get a high score. It's really easy to pick up and play for a few minutes, but at the same time, you can sit there and be fairly entertained for quite a while with it. So as always, if you have any questions or comments about the app, feel free to leave those in the comments section at YouTube or on the blog post, the full review at appshouter.com. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to view this review. Have a great day.